Good morning, high school.
But I would like to ask you, for those, especially the new students,
that you will allow God to speak to your heart and that you will have an open mind so that the Lord can use you.
Most of us, we've had the opportunity or the blessing to have at least one person to love us, like a mom, a dad, an uncle, an auntie, and they use beautiful names to describe us, right? And then you go to a place like this, or you go to another high school or another location, and you know what people do? They rip off that label that you have. And that label represents your identity. You go through like an identity crisis because you're in an environment where people are calling you fat. People are calling you faggot, short. People are calling you this, they're calling you that. And guess what? That protective label that you had over you is gone now. And you know what happens after that? You go through stuff like molestation. I got molested when I was 8 years old. Broken, that broke me. Pay attention, guys. That breaks you. You go through other stuff. Like that. You might lose somebody that's really close to you and that breaks you. What broke you? This is 3 times I got arrested as an adult. And this is some of the things that I went through. I went through 6 arrests. I've been through a whole bunch of funerals. You guys familiar with First 48? That TV show? I got friends on that TV show that died on that show. I had a lot of people put weapons in my face. I had people even try to kidnap me one time. When I made the decision to stop selling drugs, I started selling clothes, shoes, and perfume. And when I tell you I was selling drugs, I was selling about half a kilo of cocaine in like a week. If I translate that for you in English, you're talking about 10,500 every week and a half. I didn't have my papers, I couldn't get a job. My mom wasn't really necessarily Christian. My dad wasn't there. How did I find out? I just felt God in my heart. I just felt God in my heart, and I knew that this wasn't my identity. I knew that this was me. This is something that I was trying to be. I was trying to be a thug. I was trying to be hard. And in the process of trying to be something that I wasn't, I became it. But God always gave this sense in my spirit that this is not you. You are greater than this. Even the dudes around me used to tell me, yo, you're too smart. What are you doing this for? Right? Every time that someone does something to you, you know what that means? You have purpose over your life. You have purpose. I've had so much stuff done to me, but I would have never become what I am right now. You follow me, right? I would have never become who I am right now if I would react to it. The richest place in the world is actually the grave. Go to the tombstone. And I'm going to tell you why the richest place in the world is the grave. You know why? Because some of you guys refuse to take the time, excuse me fellas in the back, you guys refuse to take the time to really look at what's inside of you. You don't even know what's inside of you, some of y'all. And you let the next person sit next to you tell you that you're this and that, and you give up on yourself. You go to school, you don't even give your 100%. You barely know what's inside of you. I would have never known I had a book inside of me. The other night, I just finished 2 other books. And I'm working on the 3rd for March. I would have been a ghost. But the man you don't want to see is the man you've become to be. The man you've become to be is the man you're forced to see. Reality. My ex, she gave me a prescription to the pill, told me she quit dancing for me, but that's how I pay my bills. Good grades don't keep the lights on, I had to learn the skill. You judge me, tell me my life is wrong, but where were you all along? It's like a cycle, I'm on repeat to singing the same old song. Man, I found no other way. My dad, he wants to take his place, I'm sorry, but no shed, 10 years is just too late. Man, I'm tired. I watched you kill my mother slow with every striking blow. Defenseless as a youth, this is how I was forced to grow. Tell me forget all I know, let go and let some God. But my boys hit me up saying, let's go, it's just some fraud. I gotta play the hand I'm dealt, but can a dealer shuffle his cards? Man, I'm tired. Tired of the instant and searching through the desert sands, not enjoying the joys of being a boy because I had to be a man. Confused and here I am, lost thinking, where will I be? I'm just a cynic in a cycle, yeah, that's me. Then he showed no interest in where I've been, my fall-filled character, my vices, my sin. He showed more interest in where I'm headed than where I could ever begin. Though you think less of me, he loves me regardless. Yes, I used to be spiritually retarded. He regarded me as qualified. My candidacy became valid. He taught me how to love, and now I have this serum of hope, faith, and love, letting go of hurt and lust. His name is Emmanuel. Yes, God with us. But y'all probably know him as G. Yes.
but you already know what you got is amazing. Hold it, don't you let it go. You hold the light, you hold the light, you hold the light, and it's shining and making darker places brighter. You lighter. You hold the light, you got a lot, you bring a lot, and it's